All right, we rolling. It's 12:45 Central Standard Time. We're here in Nashville. Welcome to Money Mondays. My name is Abram Mitchell, your amazing host. And today, I'm excited for this episode because we have a special guest and we're going to be talking about this event that I went to this past week. Before we get into that, though, I want to talk about morning routines. How you getting started for the morning for Monday? Today, I got up at, I would say 7 o'clock a.m. That's what I like to be up every single day, between 6:30 to 7 a.m. And the first thing I like to do is get into the gym. Not saying that's what you need to do, but that's just like one way I like to start my mornings, especially Monday mornings. And it's very important that you get a routine for your mornings because it could kind of set your tone for the rest of the day. So today I got up this morning, got in the gym, usually work out for about 45 minutes to an hour. And that time right there is the time, one, to be alone. You know, you ain't got people bothering you and all that stuff. And I like to put my phone down. And, you know, the reason I like to put my phone down is to eliminate distractions. You know, like I don't want because if my phone's there, I'm going to get notifications. We all get notifications all throughout the day at this point. And whenever you get a notification, it entices you to pick that phone up, look at it, and that wastes time. You know, you might not think that a few seconds of picking your phone up doesn't matter, but just imagine doing it constantly. You know, if you have an hour, let's say 60 minutes, and you pick up your phone, because they track it. Apple, I could look at it. They track it. I'm not going to pull it up right now, but say you pick up your phone 80 times in 1 hour for an average of, 10 seconds. Find yourself wasting a lot of time. So whenever I'm in the gym, I make sure that my phone's down. Of course, I have my headphones in. I like to listen to, sometimes I listen to music. I'm not going to act like I don't listen to music, but for the most part, I like to listen to a podcast or an audio book, something that, I could learn. I could learn while I'm working out. I don't necessarily need to have some music that pump me up to work out. I actually find that when I'm listening to a podcast or listening to like an audio book, it actually makes my workout go smoother because it's like I'm working out and listening to this at the same time. And I don't know, I retain it better. I feel like I'm retaining it better. So very good to get up in the morning, go to the gym, get your body rolling. You know, it kind of wakes you up, get you rolling. And then, listen to something with some substance. Listen to something with some substance, my bad, while you working out in the gym. Normally, after I get out the gym, I go back to my room. I get in the sauna a lot too. So if you have access to a sauna, I recommend using those because it's a fact that whenever you expose yourself to extreme levels, whether it's heat or cold, it wakes you up, give you more energy levels. I'm not an expert, but as far as like your atoms, it makes them turn faster, the molecules, and it gives you more energy. So like a sauna, for say, whenever you expose yourself to extreme heat, extreme temperatures, it puts your body, I'm not going to say in like flight mode, but it puts your body in the mode of, okay, we're not used to this heat or we're not used to this extreme coldness. So it wakes you up, gets you pumping, get your energy. Because we talked about, not being sluggish on Mondays. You start your week bad, then, you got to get back on track. I like to stay ready so I don't have to get ready. So if I start my week good, I know I'm going to keep that energy for the rest of the week. I'm going to keep that energy rolling. So wake up, get in the gym. When you're in the gym, listening to some type of substance and clearing your mind out. Keep that phone down as long as you can. Keep that phone down. After I get out the gym, of course, I'm going to shower. But then after that, I'll make a smoothie. So I'm either make a smoothie in the morning. I get these juices from Whole Foods, 100% pressed juice. And a smoothie or juice is what I prefer because it gives me the energy I need for the first half of the day, and it also doesn't like fog me up. Like, I know coming up, they told us that breakfast is the most important meal, and it's so important to eat all this food for breakfast. But when you look at the word breakfast, it literally means break fast. You know, so let me just put it like this. You ever ate a big meal and 20 minutes after you're feeling tired, you're feeling sluggish? Well, those same principles apply like when you wake up in the morning and you're eating a whole big meal of breakfast because they told you that's going to give you a lot of energy. Well, what you're really doing is you're putting all this food into your body to then immediately begin digesting it. And that digestion is excruciating on the body. Long story short, it's going to make you a little tired. If you get up in the morning and eat a big meal, by 12, 1 o'clock, you're going to be running out of energy. So I found myself doing that a lot, eating breakfast, eating grits, eggs, bacon, potatoes, everything. You know, I love breakfast. But I found myself like getting a little sluggish around 12, 1 o'clock for certain days. And now, you know, when I drink a smoothie or a good juice, I feel energetic. You know, it replaces a meal, and at the same time, it does not slow me down. So try to drink a smoothie, a juice, or something else immediately after the gym. By this time, it's about 8 o'clock, 8:15, and at that point on Mondays, got meetings. First meetings are starting for my company. Now, for my company, we start our meetings at 9 in the morning. If it's not a Monday, heading straight to the office or going to check out a project, getting that day started. But what's very important is the first few hours when you actually wake up. It's time to get out the bed. You know, it's one thing to wake up at 6:30, 7 o'clock, whatever, and then sit in the bed for like another hour and a half, and now you're getting out the bed at what, 9:30, 10 o'clock. Then you're getting your day started. You know, so it's one thing to wake up, open your eyes. It's another thing to actually get out the bed, start getting active. So it's very important to, yes, you want to wake up early, but when you wake up early, let's be intentional. Let's use that time to if you don't like going into the gym, if you just absolutely like, I don't want to go to the gym, then wake up, do a few push-ups, sit-ups, get yourself rolling, and write, you know, write and reflect, start brainstorming ideas, you know. The more time you spend with yourself, the more results you'll get. And that morning time is the time you have that everybody else sleep and you up and you have you're eliminating those distractions. So very important to have a good morning routine and start, you know, getting into a habit of doing those things over and over again. It may seem boring, but it helps you get the results you need. You know, I mean, you go talk to a lot of wealthy, successful people and ask them what they do on a day-to-day basis, they're pretty much going to outline the same thing. Like, you're not just waking up winging it every single day. Like, you have to have some type of structure of how you're going to attack each and every day if you want to, you know, be whatever you need to be. Like, if you want to be this wealthy, successful entrepreneur or, you know, a high-paid worker, whatever, you want to have structure and intention with that. And, you know, I'm not going to say it starts with a morning routine, but a morning routine is a good thing to have. Very good thing to have. So I won't get into what we're going to be talking about today. Networking. Your net worth is literally, I think I said it backwards, but you get the point. Your network is literally your net worth. I know everybody that's tuned in has heard that term. Everyone's heard it. But again, there's one thing to hear it, there's another thing to actually do it. So this past last week, I was in Arizona at the IMN event, Information Marketing Network event, and it was amazing. It was amazing. It was a real estate event, but a lot of networking went down. That was the main, you know, thing that you get out of events like this is networking. Before I get into it, I want to actually introduce our special guest here, Edward Gomez. It's my guy out of Houston, Texas. He owns a real estate operation, and he was actually with us at the IMN event this past week. So I kind of want to give the floor to Edward to introduce himself. So Edward, can you tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
Yo, what's up, buddy? Man, well, one, thank you for even keeping me in mind to join you on your Money Mitch podcast.
Money Mondays, Money
two,
Mondays.
Hey, Money Mondays, definitely Money Mondays, catch up Mondays too. But my name's Edward. I'm here in the Houston market as well as Austin. Have an acquisitions firm. You know, we just wholesale. We acquire a lot of off-market properties and just kind of figure out what we're going to do with them, whether it be land, short-term rental, fix and flip. We have a couple strategies. We're also getting into the multifamily space. And then we started our first new construction development, which is only 4 homes. But so that's our goal, man. We just acquire anything off market that has some numbers to it. And then, you know, we kind of have the resources and expertise to figure out what we want to do with it, whether it be buy and hold or immediately get a project going. So we do, man. We do about 60, 70 deals a year. And we just went into Austin market, which we've been crushing it. And then we're in a little small pocket outside of Houston called Beaumont.
Yeah, I know about Beaumont. I know about Beaumont. That's the strips right there. Cause you know I'm from the booth.
So that's our middleman. Yeah,
we right there. That's the middleman. Yeah. So, Edward, I want to ask you before we get into the interview. What does Money Mondays mean to you? What does Monday mean to you?
Man, Mondays are my favorite. You know, growing up, it's vice versa. People hate Mondays, but, you know, on this entrepreneur mindset, you ain't even got to be an entrepreneur, bro. I'm not even going to start that conversation. At the end of the day, Mondays is the most important for me because it's the way I start my Mondays is kind of like a projection on how the rest of my week's going to go, bro. So, you know, money Mondays, motivation Mondays, mental Mondays, mindset Mondays. Like at the end of the day, it all falls in the same pocket. You know, it's just the way you get up and start your Mondays, kind of the way you're going to end it on Friday and the way your weekend is going to go, whether you're 9 to 5 entrepreneur, like I said, or even, you know, someone like me, man, I go all in Monday through Friday and then I unplug for the family. So I don't start my Mondays off right and it leads into a shitty Thursday, Friday. I'm kind of going into the same, you know, weekend with my family, just unmotivated, irritated, frustrated. So Mondays is key for me, bro.
Set the tone, bro. I'm very, I appreciate that you said that. I mean, Mondays are very important. And, you know, you heard me talk about this on the first episode of Money Mondays. It's my favorite day of the week also. Like, and it's really because I'm a natural opposition. Like, it's not that I knew something that other people didn't know. Like, we all know it's not a secret that everyone hates Mondays. You know, like even being in primary school, like Monday, everyone hated Monday. So me just being the natural opposition, I'm like, look, I feel like the only people that enjoy in their life right now is people that like Monday, that like Mondays, you know? So I'm gonna go this determination early that Monday, that's my favorite day of the week. It's my favorite day of the week, and it works. It works, you know, having that attention and setting the tone for the week. You know, anybody that plays sports or whatever, you always hear your coach talking about setting the tone. It's like what you said, a projection. I love that word because a projection kind of speaks to the future. You know, and it kind of projects your week off, you know. So now I love that. Edward, so what I want to talk about is the IMN event that we was at last week. And you know, we always talk about, and everyone knows networking is your net worth, but I kind of want to talk about like how you could take that a step further and really, you know, get out here and network and see, you know, how the benefits come from it. Cause I mean,
one, just the fact that you're even disclosing it. I mean, everything's on the internet, right? Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, like just the fact that you even mentioned what the event was, even heavy hitters in our industry don't even know about the event. And so the point of me bringing that up is information, right? And being around the right people. tuning into the right podcasts, the right books, your network, which is the topic of your podcast today. The information is so valuable because anybody listening to this that's a life-changing event. And that was the whole, if I took anything away from that event, it was the information within the network of those people is worth millions of dollars. And that's, I mean, shit,
And
that's that right
I
there.
want to highlight one thing you just said. Just watching this podcast, you're getting the information. That's the key. Just stuff that you don't even know. This IMN event. What is that? Information Marketing Network. Look it up. You know what I'm saying? And what things we talked about in the event. One thing we always talk about is by the time you hear about it, it's too late. We already
by the time you hear about it, it's too late. We ahead of the game, bro. We were the youngest people there, bro. You know, and it's crazy because, like I said, you just saying that, anybody that's tuning in, I bet you next year when we go, it was really only like, let's just say 10 or less of people like us. I wouldn't be surprised if it continues to double and it changes the culture of those events. So,
yes. And just to give y'all background, like info of what IMN is, it's a information marketing network. It's an annual event that's held a couple of times throughout the year. There's one on the East Coast and a few on the West Coast. They do them in Miami around May, and they do the others in Arizona or Vegas. Arizona and Vegas. They do them around November every year. And the core focus of this event, is real estate. It's been going on for 9 years now. And I mean, like Edward said, heavy hitters from, you know, the largest hedge funds in the world. Like anyone you could think of was there. Elmhurst, Open Door, Lafayette, who else was there? Transcend, all types of hedge funds, billion-dollar corporations there. And just imagine 1,500 of the top investors in this space, all in one building, bouncing information off each other for 3 days straight.
And you're meeting not only that, but you're meeting with like CEOs and vice presidents of these companies. Like, you ain't talking to some salesperson, like you meeting with some head honchos of the company. So yeah, man, it was a great event.
About some people that we met there.
What was that?
Can you talk about some people that we met there?
Yeah, man. I mean, other than, you know, to be honest, I never even heard of Build to Rent. And it's just crazy to think, like, you know, we think, I'm speaking for myself, when we're flipping and wholesaling, I look at it back like everyone wants to relate shit to drugs, right? Or whatever it is.
Build to rent. So, and I don't mean to cut you out. So building, when Edward is talking about building to rent, one strategy that we noticed at this event that all of the biggest players in the game were doing. And at the end of the day, before I get into that, at the end of the day, if the top players in the space are doing this, we're not going to reinvent the wheel. They're doing this for a reason. You know, they have the access to the facts. Doing it at a smaller scale. But what we noticed, the strategy that a lot of these hedge funds and institutional investors are doing, they're building to rent. They're building brand new houses for rental communities. This is a newer strategy. And the reason why it's so hot is because we're literally underhoused right now, all across the board in America. We're underhoused by millions of houses. So it makes sense to acquire land for a decent price and build a community to rent out to people, because we're going to always need somewhere to live. But keep going, Edward.
Nah, just to speak on top of that, man, it goes to show you what type of money's out there. Not only are they building their own communities, people got so much money, they're buying whole subdivisions from the top 200 builders throughout the nation and buying them every single home at market value and renting them out. But I mean, outside of that, man, we met some lenders, construction lenders. We met title company connections. We met different types of investors with different types of strategies.
Kyle and his partner.
Yeah, no, and then, you know, Kyle who?
Remember the guys out of Tucson.
Oh, you're talking about Matthew and Kyle.
Yeah,
Yeah, so those I know Matthew, you connected more with Kyle with Spring Lake something.
yeah.
Um, so those people, it's cool because we met people in the same industry with different strategies that you could all capitalize on. So
Mhm.
these people were just pretty much JV and flips throughout the nation, and that's why they were able to do. I think they said last year they did over 400 flips, and this year they were looking to do over like 500 flips this upcoming year. But I mean, you met everyone, other wholesalers, other people that just fix and flip only, people that are just looking for rental properties, people in the multifamily space, people that just raise money and structure the deal, people that are looking for tracts of land, uh,
And one
people from
thing I
different
could say based off the event, if you're watching this podcast, it's a great time to get into real estate.
facts.
You might hear some people saying the market's too high, don't get it. No, do not wait. Me and my friends are literally laughing at the people that sitting there saying, well, I'm waiting till the market dip. I'm waiting. Dude, stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. You don't have to get ready. So at the end of the time, it's never a perfect time for anything. And what we're getting from this is that, Edward, what we talked about the whole event, there's so much money rushing into the space, billions of dollars. Follow the
It pivoted our mindset, man. We went in there just looking to scale the wholesale operation, but we didn't realize like, your network is your net worth. And what I mean by that is we went in there thinking like we making some money, but we really not, because these people got tax break strategies and loopholes, and there's some information that they don't give to people like us, our culture that are wholesaling and flipping. So, it taught us on more long term and not even what's safe, but how to really structure deals and capitalize, man. So this event was really some game changing. And just the fact that I'm going into 2022 on, how can I raise 10 million by March? And then how can I raise 50 million by the end of 2022? I would have never thought I would have had this conversation or task or thought like ever raising money. I would have been like, nah, I just want to make money.
From a 3-day event, we shook hands with at least 4 billionaires, I would say, in the same day. So we're saying all this to say that you need to put yourself out there. We go to multiple events a year. I try to go to at least 1 to 2 events a quarter myself. Edward, I'm pretty sure you're going to more and more events, and we've already talked about filling up our board for the first half of 2022 already. But I mean, the information that is exchanged at these conferences, not just IMN. I mean, I was over at a hotel out here, and they were having a cosmetic conference, a different sector, completely different from real estate. But the point is, whenever you put just think of it like this, whatever field you're in, if you have the opportunity to connect and bounce ideas off with the best people in your field, your competitors, because competition not real, but your competitors, if you have the opportunity to bounce information and ideas off of them, would you take it? Of course you would. So that's what these events consist of. It's not competition when you go into those rooms. It's, hey, let's collaborate and grow each other. Let's collaborate, grow each other. I mean, dude from Cash Geeks, bro, they dropped that cost segregation, that technique. I mean, I tell you,
I missed that part. Yeah.
Well, listen. So like, when you buy real estate, there's a lot of benefits with buying real estate. I'm about to drop some game on y'all. So, whenever you purchase a property, you can do something called tax depreciated because it is a depreciating asset. What I mean by that is, yes, real estate is an asset. It grows in value, but it is a brick and mortar product, like a car. Whenever you drive and use a car, there's upkeep. Things break on it. Just like a car, a house, the HVAC system has a lifespan on it, the floors, the windows, and you get a tax depreciation because of that, 100% write-off. So whenever you buy a property, you can write it off over 27 years. So just to make these numbers easy, if you bought a property for $100,000, you could write off about $2,700 of your taxable income. Now that's what I knew. You know what I'm saying? So of course, if you want to offset, this is how the rich people offset their income, by the way. So if you make $100,000 and you want to write off $100,000 every year, then you need to buy enough properties because it's based off the value. So in order to write off $100,000, you need to purchase a few $1,000,000 worth of property, and then you would offset your income. That's what the most wealthy people in the world, that's what they do. But I found out even more to it. Some guy pulled more back on this. So cost segregation, and actually a comment about this, Edward, but with cost segregation, it allows you to roll the first 10 years into the first year.
I do. This was at one of the panels, huh?
Yeah. At first 10 years, bro. Like, so, and your accountant charge you extra money to do it, but basically you could write off, instead of 2,700, 27,000 of taxable income from a $100,000 property in the first year. You know, so I mean, that right there is gonna save me. I mean, that might wipe my taxes off with the amount of properties that I purchased for this year. Now, of course, you know, if you write off 10 years of income, then you need to plan on holding that property for 10 years. Or of course, you're gonna face some penalties if you sell it too early. But I mean, bro, like that info right there, I pay thousands of dollars for just that. Because at the end of the day, I'm getting that piece of knowledge it might wipe out my taxes completely. You know how it is, wholesaling and flipping properties. We got big tax bills, very big tax bills. So, man, bro, like just being at events like that and having access to these people. Another thing we got was a lot of lenders, a lot of people that are gonna finance. You know, if we want to build 50 unit developments or even a 2-unit development, or we want to buy one house to flip. You know, and if you're watching this and you're like, I already have a lender, or keyword, a lender. Never have one of anything. This stuff goes in cycles. Every lender is a little different. You don't know when one lender may run out of funds and the next lender isn't limited. So, you know, just having access, like just from this event, I got 10 people I could call off the bat and I know they're gonna buy a property in our market for me. What I mean by that is I'm gonna use other people's money. If you want to scale in this game, you are not using your cash to buy deals. Not. So acquiring money is very key. And Edward, like, we didn't even realize how it is now back in the gap. Can you talk a little bit about that? Do you remember we were talking about how, like, everyone we were talking to that were in the real estate game back in 08 or, you know, beforehand, how they were talking about, hey, this wasn't even here as far as this money, like, being this accessible.
Yeah, well, it's because we're in a culture now where, like you said, there's more information, right? The word travels faster. So like now, even with us, like in our network of people, raising private money is going to be the next like thing to talk about. Like, yo, I just raised 10 million in funds. I just raised. Now everybody's going to start doing it. So that's all it is we're just adapting to it quick, and we're adapting to it at a younger age. Mm-hmm. And it is easily accessible. It's not easy, but when you start, and one thing you mentioned was being at these events and the importance of it. There's plenty benefits of it. Is you can take away one thing, just like reading a book. You talk to a couple individuals and you realize how easy it is for them to raise capital, and it gives you that motivation. Like, damn, all I got to do is word it like this. All I got to do is package it in a PDF like this. It's as simple as saying, hey, oil and gas, Michael, how are you doing? Hey, look, just, you know, you asked me what I do for a living. I acquire off-market properties, and we hold on to them for about 3 to 12 months. You know how money good for you? You know, I know you said you were interested in real estate, you know, but what kind of, oh man, I'm just busy with work, to be honest. You know, any way I can get my hands in it. Well, hey, look, you know, the 100,000, 200,000 you got just sitting in your bank, you know, have you, you know, is Chase Bank, how much are you getting in return on it? Oh, 0.00567. You lose. Hey, look, you're losing money. What if I tell you, you know, what if I get your email and I can email you over something that shows you our projects for the year and what our investors are getting. They're getting 12% annualized return on their money. And our projects are funded in 3 to 6 months, and we can keep it on repeat to where you're getting 12 months of annualized return on the 100,000 that you've lended. That's 10%. That's $10,000 that you've gotten in 1 year from us. And you're not at risk because you're first lien on the property. Of course, if you need to go into more details. So being around these events, it makes you comfortable again, right? To go into a new niche like raising private money now. I'm excited about it, bro. I got on my to-do list on a numerous amount of people I want to call that I know that trust me already, just saying, hey, let me make your money work for you and get you some returns on it.
And keyword that you said, I want to stop you right there. I want to back up a few. What'd you say? You hit up a few people that trust you already.
Yeah, that's all. It's so easy. We overthink shit, bro. Now I got to go back to everybody I know that owns a restaurant, owns a detailing, that is an oil and gas athlete, not even real estate related. They know for a fact they're not investing their money. So like, what if built off the trust? I just got to go back to my network or my circle of influence and say, hey, these are a couple people, these are a couple prospects that I feel comfortable and confident in presenting to them some lending opportunities. So it's really that easy, man.
Yeah, and one key stat that we heard at the event was what $65 billion is rushing into the space right now and doesn't even know what to do with it. Doesn't even know what to do with it, because you're looking at these companies, these big hedge funds, because it's a few. Like you see that there's this hedge fund that's owned by this one that gets their money from somewhere down the line, get their money from BlackRock. You know what I mean? So it's easy to follow where the money coming from. But another thing is these people are looking for guidance from experts, in the market. And whenever you could build that trust, like what we're talking about, networking is your net worth. Then you could get someone that has a lot of money sitting down in the bank to give it to you so you could keep it moving. Because that's the name of the game.
Let me give them a major gem, bro. There's so much money out there. I was just disclosed to this information that these families that live in the richest areas of y'all city got so much money, they go to certain events to lend their money. That's how much money.
Yeah.
Like these rich folks that like, I'm in Houston, that live in River Oaks, that like have all these estates. There's events for those type of people where they meet people like us ready to lend money. And I think there's like a minimum of money they have to lend, like 10 million, 100 million. I forgot what they
and it's always levels to it. It's always levels to it. We're not telling you that you got to go out there and get 10 million, 100 million. You could get 10,000 from somebody. The point is, like, you got to understand that people with money, they got money. Most of the time they got money for a reason, and they know what's going on. But you can also see that one key stat is inflation was 6% this year. So they're literally losing money. Like you said, Edwin, what's the bank paying you? Go research this. Go type it in. I'm not going to give you the answer. Type it in. How long does it take for you to double your money with the bank? Go look it up. Go look at how much, if you just did it, go look at how many years, how long it takes for you to double your money with the bank, and then you'll see what you'll see what we're talking about. But like, inflation was 6% this year. I was just talking with someone the other day. If you got $10 million sitting in the bank, you lost 600,000. You lost 600,000. You might not lost 600,000, like your balance didn't drop from 10 million to 9.4, but your spending power went down 600,000. It's 6%. So that's the equivalent of losing money, because at the end of the day, what I always talk about is money is not worth shit. It's a paper. We it's fiat, like we give it a value, but at the end of the day, the most value you go get with money is how you use it. Like whenever you look at a piece of paper, you should see a hammer or a tool, whatever, something. Or you should look at one piece of paper and just imagine 100 of them multiplying next to it, because If you just look at that piece of paper as money and you giving it value, then you just see how easy it is to watch it go down. You know, you need to understand the concept of money and that it's not worth shit. So we need to keep it moving. You got to keep it moving all times. You have to have it somewhere. And that's what a lot of people are looking to do right now is they want to put it in real estate because real estate is a great hedge against inflation. The market appreciated at 22% across the board this year, last year, 22%. That means if you own a property, it appreciated by 22% at the least this year, around 20% without you doing a single thing. And I just told you, look up how long it takes you to double your money in the bank. And, you know, with real estate, you're getting these returns. That's why you're seeing people putting their money into real estate to hedge against inflation, to hedge against things like that, because the market proven it's in cycles, it goes up and down. But over the long term, it's proven that you're going to keep getting a return with real estate. So keep getting a return, bro. Oh, Edward, remember the guy we spoke with? What was his name? Kurt.
He said the two safest, sure. He said there's two safe, trying to tell him what the first one is. He said there's two safe investments that are the safest investments and the best investments. And he said real estate and creating companies. So, I mean, they do. One of his companies was worth like, I think he said it would sell in today's market for like almost 600 million. That's just one of his companies.
Yeah. So like, and this is a high level guy we came across, and one thing like he kept saying was his company started from one relationship. Back in 08, he went through the crash, you know, he's not where he's at now. And he literally out of his mouth, this is a billionaire, told us, man, my company is where it's at today. I could trace it back to this one person I met that made this, and this happen. You know?
I don't know if
you might have didn't catch that part, but you caught that part?
No, I'm saying that's the domino effect.
Oh, okay, like, yeah, because he said he met that guy back right after the Great Recession. In the banks, he solved the problem. Basically, this guy owned a mortgage company, and you know, if you know a little bit about the crash, you know that bank said, forget, not a mortgage company, he was loaning on construction loans. And the banks just, like Wells Fargo and the JP Morgans, the largest institutions, they stopped lending. They were too scared. So, I mean, he came in and solved that problem. And I remember him saying he connected with one guy that pretty much, you know, that was the key to the whole operation, you know?
No, that's what I was saying about the domino effect is these people don't realize how one event, one individual then becomes a domino effect. Of course, if you implement and you apply it, you know, like I met you through an individual that I met at another network event. And then from there, it just becomes an abundance lifestyle to where it's unintentional, to where we just keep growing. And then us going to that event, you met Manny and Jeremy and you added value to them immediately. And it's like, it's the domino effect. It just, all these dominoes just keep hitting and hitting and hitting. And it's like, yo, it's damn near a lifestyle, you know? But for anybody that's listening to this podcast, I will say, like, you gotta outgrow the city that you're in, because we feel like now I got network nationwide, and those are my strongest, like you, Rodarius, like y'all my team now, because I had to outgrow my inner circle here in Houston, because they don't feel like they need to go to this event for what? Like, shit.
What I can say is, it's like, you know, it's strangers that you get the most value from, you know? Because like if we met at this event, then we know why we're here. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes in your backyard, you don't necessarily know someone's intentions. You know what I'm saying? And not saying that when you meet someone out in the open, it's just go automatically be this great relationship, you know? But what Edward is saying is like, you need to look beyond your backyard or where you're at. You know, you can have, with social media and phones and everything, you got a relationship with people in Dubai. our Podio developer that helps build all our systems out, he lives in Dubai, you know? So all of these things, a combination of all these relationships is what business is. You always hear people, business is relationships. That's true. Like, you know, you got a relationship with this person here. You got a relationship with your title company, and as a result, they send you good referral deals. You got a relationship with someone that works at Goldman Sachs, and now you getting insider. Now you getting
Hey, facts, bro.
you know?
What was his name? The guy with the long hair.
We gonna put that out there, but
we got some crazy. Hey, no, we got some major
like,
information.
Real, like, it's crazy, you know, the stuff that you have come across from just talking to people and
hey, like, just let me tell them a little, just quick. Like, this is how much. Like, there's a whole network of just different type of money out there. Look, I'm not gonna say any name, but just what if someone told you? What if you met someone and someone told you? I'm talking to the people listening. Hey, bro. It said,
listening right now.
Yeah. So, hey, what do you do? Obviously, they look like money, and we're in an area where there's too much money, and then you're networking and you loosen them up a little bit. And what if someone told you? Well, they tell you their whole backstory, so you believe them. One, and they say, "Hey, look, such and such is going to get bought out by this company. So buy it for this amount, and in 2 weeks they're going to announce it." Like, think about, and then say, like, just think about that type of information that's out there. But we feel like we got to just stay in one room, and we're not ready to enter multiple rooms. Hey,
by the time you hear about it on the news, by the time you hear about it in the open public for everyone, it's too late. The money made. The money.
That was my biggest takeaway from there. That was my biggest takeaway from there. I probably won't jump on any bandwagon that hit the internet because I know I'm behind already. People done made their money already by that time.
You behind, just like with stocks, with anything, like when it looks like the lick is there in your face and people telling you go there, you're probably too late. You're probably too late.
Oh, boy said he heard about Bitcoin back when. Do you remember?
90s.
In the fucking 90s.
Man, what? He like, bro, I didn't even. But he broke down the history of Bitcoin, like how it started really over poker games, you know, for poker players to not pay taxes. You know, it's crazy, you know.
Crazy shit, yeah.
It's good, bro. And I'm not gonna hold you too long, Edward, but I kind of want to wrap up like with one, what you were talking about, how me, you, Rod, how we connected, you know, and how, you know, we're gonna move forward based off, you know.
Yeah, man. One, you know, I always believe when you don't force anything in life, if you don't force it, you know, I remember speaking a long time ago. I used to speak at a lot of high schools, and I remember Hispanic low-income communities, right, out of school. And someone would ask me, because I'd share like my mentors and my circle of influence. And the one question was, how do you surround yourself around these type of people? And I remember telling them, and it makes more sense now, I never go out looking for it. I just focus so much on my character and who I am and what I got going. And it just so happens that the right people fall into my life, right? To your track. So to answer your question, all I did was invest in myself, and I met Rodarius as well as a handful of others. And I pay attention to what they got going on. What are their motives? You know, how do they treat people? How do they carry themselves when we go out, maybe to the bar or club after, you know, are they acting crazy? Are they, you know, I'm looking at them and how they move overall. And then I just pick and choose like, hey, I feel like we can connect. And once again, that's the domino effect to where Darius was able to pull me in, invite me to an event. He knew you before I knew you, and then I met you there. And you meet these great people that have one thing in common, and it's how can I add value and who wants to grow with me? And if you don't want to grow with me, then I got to leave you in this chapter. And it's nothing personal. So it's kind of cool. We all connected because I'm talking about, man, I want to invest in startup companies. Abram's talking about Bitcoin and crypto and scaling his company and knowing this person and that person, or Darius is talking about this markets and such is talking about raising. Yeah. And then the twins are talking about fuck everything else. They want to start their own fund. So what we realized is one, we don't believe in competition, right? Two, we're all have one goal and one vision in different areas, and we have an interest in. How about we come together and create a mastermind, and of course add value through real estate, but at the same time, hey, Abram, I'm gonna go to this event about startup companies. It makes no sense for you to go, and I'm gonna let you know how it goes. Hey, let me know how the crypto event goes. Hey, twins, let me know how that hedge fund event goes, and let's bring in all this value. People scared to do that.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like when you start clicking with people, and you don't have to have a circle of 100 people you run with. You know, Edward is speaking of me and you and a few other guys. You know, and at a certain point, it's almost like you become one mind. You know what I'm saying? Like we're all exchanging info with all the drives and things that's accessible to us. It's easy to get it all communicated to each other in a central location for us to access it. And at the same time, one thing that you said that I want to emphasize is providing value. The attention is genuine. We're all alike, but at the same time, we invested in ourselves and the energy just attracted. We didn't go looking, doing all, it just attracted. And now we're just genuinely providing value because it all comes back. You know, whenever you start creating relationships with people, look to actually nurture that relationship, you know, and you'll see what you get out of that. And it's not to go in there with the attention, like you said, of me, go in the attention of you, what can I do for you? How can I help you? How can I connect you with this person? Hey, I got this going on, bro, this. And then it turns into a relationship of bouncing ideas off each other, bouncing connections off each other. How does it feel to, like right now, bro, I could think of at least 5 states that I'm good in. And I wanted to do all 50 states, but when I say I'm good, I ain't got to worry about getting a hotel. I ain't got to worry about getting a rental. I got friends that's like, hey, bro, come stay with me. You good. You know what I'm saying? Of course, yeah, I could pay for the stuff, but it's good to, you know, have.
And Abram's not lying because, you know, we got a short-term rental here in Houston. I told Abram, I said, yo, whenever you're in Houston, bro, let me know. Like, it's a done deal just off of a couple of days, you know. And to also capitalize on what you just said, man, is, you know, you got to make sure you're bringing value at all times. At the end of the day, you got to make sure your intentions are good because Abram knows a big heavy hitter in Scottsdale. I'm not going to disclose his name. And the fact that on our last night, he was able to put together a dinner and invite this individual that is well off and way successful. But just think about, like,
I'm gonna bring him on.
Just bring it. I'm gonna bring it's gonna change a lot of people's lives, bro. But you know, you got to think about, like, when you're not in it just for yourself, it's a whole different tier of people, and it feeds off, you know, because I mean, even like Abram introduced me to his guy, and I hope to have a future relationship with him. But at the same time, I was able to immediately introduce him to some of my major connects here in Houston because there's blessings that they have that they can provide him that ain't got nothing to do with me. And y'all know,
put 2 people together. You never know. Imagine the person that introduced Steve Jobs and Bill Gates to each other. At one point they were kind of working together, and then I don't know.
Exactly, bro.
Started copying off each other, but putting people together, you never know what comes from that. You know, like Edward said, it didn't even matter that if you got anything out of relationships or connecting me with Paris or Marlon. You know, it's just that, hey, I see these 2 dudes at high level. We have some of the same intentions and goals. Why not put them together? You know, why not put them together? And look, you have people you meet that you might not even do business with them for 5-10 years, literally, you know, but you have a great, genuine relationship with them. And at a certain point, they might say, hey, I got 100,000. If you got extra 100,000 to invest into this company I have that's about to IPO. Nas invested 500K in the Coinbase, and you saw how much it paid him, like 100 million. But he had to have the access to know that there was an opportunity to invest into Coinbase, you know, just like that app that we found out about over there, you know what I'm saying?
And well, you said the access, and that's, people don't value relationships anymore because they would rather burn that bridge. But when you say access, you gotta, I'm not speaking for myself, but let's just say Michael introduces Abram to his valuable players in Austin. Like, if Michael had the gut and the nerve to just introduce personally. So let's say Michael introduces me to Abram. I know Michael so well that if he introduced me through a text and he knows I'm not going to be bothered, I know that I could trust Abram, and I know that he's exactly who I need in my life. Like, that's what a relationship could do, guys. They're not going to get it, bro.
Yeah, bro. Like, man, that's crazy you say that, because it's like y'all were able to connect me with people that I was trying to get connected with before I ever met y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, people that I done shot DMs to that didn't even respond to me. You know what I'm saying? Or didn't notice it. And then you meet a guy and they're like, hey, let me connect you with this guy. Now, boom, off the strength of your relationship with this person, they're going to automatically go into the new relationship saying, hey, Edward put his name on the line for you. So if Edward, then I know, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, the whole focus of this, you know, network, your network is your net worth. You need to be intentional about it. Get out there, go to events, you know. And Edward, before I let you go, let the people know how they could find you. I know Edward has some good stuff going out in Houston. And so let them know how they could find you and stay in contact with you.
Yeah, man, I got I'm more active on Instagram, but on all my platforms like Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, it's just Edward Gomez Jr. Y'all can follow me, man. Hit me up. Like I said, I'm in the Houston market. And, you know, I want to connect and add value, you know, and just want to connect with some people, man. So make sure you know, if we do connect, make sure you come in with some value. I told Abram, I've been on some Ace Hood, and you know, we value our time so much, guys. You got to realize individuals like Abram and myself and other people, like, people message us all the time, and we really busy and focused to where Ace has said, like, if you're not bringing money to the deal, there's no need to meet. But it ain't always about money, but like, if your intentions ain't there and you ain't really out in, you gotta think about it like, what's up? Like,
if we ain't growing, we dying. If we ain't growing, we dying. Everyone know that quote, Napoleon Hill. Look, if we not growing, we're dying. So always look to add. I think they trying to let me know that the camera's about to die right now. We're running out of time. Edward,
let's go.
Much love, brother. Appreciate you coming on, and have a blessed rest of your day.
Hey, of course, bro. Hit me up later.
All right, I'm gonna hit you up. Yeah. I told y'all it's gonna be a great episode, man. Edward came on here and dropped some game. He dropped some game. But again, like, I just want to put the emphasis on, you know, putting yourself out there, networking, your morning routine, starting the week great. You know, going into it with intention to get something out of it. So, damn, I just lost my train of thought, bro. How do I end the episode? Like, that's it. We're done. Bye. Like,
that's basic substance of it, but it's basically like, thank you guys for watching.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We will be back with an amazing episode next week. You never know who we gonna bring on. Share it with your friend. Oh, that's what I need to start talking about. All right. So you guys can find me, Abram Mitchell _ all platforms. Find me on YouTube, Abram Money Mitch, and yeah, follow us, like, comment, subscribe, share, blow us up, because we just want to provide value to you. I want you to be able to look at this podcast, go make $1 million. That's what make me feel happy. So, peace. We out.